It's Kathy Bullock here, and this video is basically the 3 things that you need to know in Command to get your business running and get your first contract entered. So first of all, log into agent.kw.com. Your login credentials are going to be the same as your mykw.com. Your mykw.kw.com. And so you'll need to have that login information to be able to access Command. So the first thing is it will bring you to your home page. Now, if you have never logged in before, the first thing that you are going to want to do is you're going to want to set up your marketing profile. And that can be located over here underneath your name, and go to Settings. Go to Connect Settings and go to Marketing Profile. Okay, from here you're going to want to set this Marketing Profile Kelly Guide, and what that looks like is this. So literally you will click through each one of these things and fill everything out. Some things will be auto-populated, but many things you will have to fill out. This is where you're going to add a photo. You're going to add a DBA logo, and then completing more information. Literally going through every box and filling all of that out. Okay? You can also configure your email here, whatever email you want to get replies to. And then we also will need to set up your Twilio account if you choose to do texting from your Command account. This is an application that you will set up, and you do have to pay for it. It's not a lot, but they make you prepay $20 at a time. Just want you to know that. And literally going through this entire Kelly Guide, setting up your marketing profile. What that's then going to do is make it so everything can be branded to you. The next thing that you're going to need to do will be to add a contact. The biggest important thing is if you are looking to add an opportunity, you must first add a contact. We can come up here to add contact. You will type in their name, fill out all of the information, name, email, phone number. If you choose to tag them, this is just another way of identifying them within your database. If you happen to have an address on them, you will want to go into more information and keep completing their address card. You can then hit Create. This has then created a contact out here. From having a contact, you can then go over into Opportunities, which is the holder of all of your contracts. Okay, so you now have a listing or a buyer, and you now need to put them into Command to get through compliance so that you can get paid. So we'll go ahead and create an opportunity, and you'll always want to make sure you are looking here at the type of opportunity. Okay, if it's a buyer, you'll go down and click Buyer, making sure you're the owner. This is where you're going to start to put in your client information. So the client that you've just entered over in Contacts, we can now bring up and start an opportunity. If there is a co-buyer, you can put them in. The great thing about this is if in your contact sheet you created a relationship, the co-buyer will automatically show up there. Coming down to the opportunity name, you will want to put the property address in here. These custom tags are totally different than the other custom tags that were created over in the contact page. If you have an estimated closing date, you can put that in here. Or if it's just a buyer and you're just starting to work with them, you can also put that in there. Budget, commission rate. This is a required. So noticing anything that has this red star is a required field that you must put in there. Now this is also something else that is very important. The opportunity phase, the compliance department and our back office can only see things that are active or under contract. So you want to make sure if you are submitting something for compliance, you at least have it active or under contract. Okay, so we've now changed everything. We've done this little sheet and we're going to go ahead and create this opportunity. It's going to take us into the details page. Now on this page, should I need to update things, I can just hover over this pencil and I can go in and update things. And then from here, we are going to go in and start loading up our documents. Now when you get loaded into this page, please know that it always takes you into the consultation, and our back office cannot see things in consultation. You'll also see there's not any placeholders for any place for you to put your actual documents. So make sure you always select under contract. And this is where you're going to then start adding in your documents. So you can scroll down a little bit. The things that you're going to start loading in would definitely be a purchase and sale. You're just going to then click on add a file. So all of your files for right now will need to be downloaded to your computer. You can then just click on the file and upload and hit assign. Okay? You will do this for all of your documentations, noting that the purchase and sale is loaded in there basically by itself. The only thing that is loaded in here is the purchase and sale. If you do have a counter offer, it will be placed on top of the purchase and sale, and it's all loaded in as one document. You then come down to exhibits. Anything that's attached to the contract except for lead-based paint will be all lumped together and loaded here. When you are in your contract and you maybe have some amendments, loaded in here. Earnest money held by KW. Once you turn in the earnest money, the back office and the office will do all of this for you, so do not put anything in here. If the attorney is holding your earnest money, it's just not us holding the earnest money, you can load it into here. Instructions to closing attorney. This is commission, your buyer brokerage, if you happen to have an authorization to show unlisted property. So this is really important to know because you will see here the word required, and then you will also see the words down here conditionally required. So it's whether or not your contract is requiring certain things. Okay? Coming down to the wire fraud disclosure, that is required, FMLS 118, depending on the year the house was built, whether you need the lead-based paint. Okay? So we've now loaded in all of our documents that we know we need to load in. And at this point, I can either come over here and submit to MC, or I can complete out trying to get everything done and then submit to MC. You just cannot forget to actually submit this. So over here you can see it says under contract open. Once I were to hit this submit to MC button, this would change to submitted. Okay? The next step is creating an offer. I like to call this an offer of your offer to command. So we're going to come on in here, click on offers, go to add new offer. You do not have to change the name here, or you can, it's up to you. We're going to create the offer. And this is basically the details about the contract that you are putting into command. You have your offer date, you have your close date, and this is where you have to search for the property. So we will go out and search for the property. And this is connected basically to the MLS systems. So you should find every property unless it is not listed. Okay, so I've entered in the property. Now we're going to come over to the parties. You always have to have a buyer and a seller. You always have to have a representation for both sides. Okay. No other information is required here, and all of this should pre-fill in for you. I'm going to go on to terms. Okay. This is going to take you into basically the financial side of the contract. So you will either have an all-cash deal or an all-finance deal. Okay. So here we're just going to put in how much the contract is for. Then we come to the earnest amount. How much earnest money did they put down? And this over here is just showing you the percentage of list price. Coming down here, typically you will not have an option fee. Termination option. This is basically due diligence. So we can put in here 12 days. And then coming down, seller will contribute how much to a residential service contract. This is basically a home warranty. Seller will contribute X to settlement cost. How much is this seller willing to contribute? And now we're going to go into the agent analysis. This would be really helpful if you had a listing that had multiple offers and you were doing this, because you can create numerous of these and then send them over to your seller. But for right now, we don't really need to do anything here. We can just click through to save. So it will bring up all of the information regarding the property that we just put in. We do need to go in and accept this offer. Once we accept that offer, it brings up our commission tab. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go into commissions. And this is basically all of the information about your opportunity. And you'll notice up here it is requiring a contract date. So you can see there's our sales price, what the commission is, or what the percentage is for commission, what the price will be for commission, and how many units. We're going to come in here and put an offer date in there, so that will go away. I have my closing date, and then the agent breakdown. So even though commissions are now live, and these will kind of start breaking off of what your numbers actually are, they only update once a month. So if you had several closings the month before, these numbers may not look exactly right, but don't worry, the back office goes in and fixes everything. Okay? So we now are seeing what we are going to be paid over here, but we need to add in our FMLS fees. So I'm going to come down here, below everything here, and click Add Item. And here is where we're going to add in our FMLS fees that are required that we pay. And so for this transaction, we're going to come in here and hit a deduction. We're going to put in the amount. This amount is $180. The tax ID type is an EIN. And then the tax ID number can be the MLS number with 2 zeros on the back end, or you can put 7 nines. The description will be FMLS. The pay to will be FMLS. And then again, you have to put in the address. Okay. You have to put in your phone number. And you do not have to put your email in. That's what I'm going to choose to email. And I'm going to hit Add. Now you will see that I've added a field down here, okay? And it's also added it over to here. So what this is basically showing you is the total commission, what to pay in royalties, what to pay in cap fees, and what should be paid to you and what is actually paid to the office, and then an other deduction, which was the FMLS fee. Now, if you have special notes about this and you need to tell the back office something about this commission, you can always add a note right here. And if you're all done, you can actually hit submit. Now this is only submitting the commission tab. You will still need to come back to the documents page under contract and hit submit. Okay? So those are the three things that will really get you started in Command, and hope you find this helpful. Make it a great day.